Hey guys, we're doing a tier list today ranking the best season 20 ranked legends. This is going to be specifically Apex Legends season 20 ranked. This is going to be good for solo queue players and just in general every other players. I made this list a little bit ago. We're going to go through it. Right off the bat in S tier, we're going to have a lot of support legends. Well, actually, sorry, not a lot of support legends, but a support legend, Lifeline. Lifeline's super useful in Season 20. You need to be able to res your teammates. Not necessarily res on the ground, but like res, grab banners, craft banners type thing. Super crucial. Lifeline's res is also super good right now. Being able to have two people fighting while resing the third is great. But also having the care package is super nice because the care package comes with the Evo cache, which is awesome. I mean, if anybody's blue or purple or whatever, they get to red, or if they're blue, they get to purple and then close to red. But then also you get the gold res off the cache every single time, or off the care package every single time. So that's super nice, super useful. Bangalore's coming in at number 2 on S tier. Bangalore smokes are great right now. The less digi threats, the better. So Bangalore smokes, Bangalore ult, super good. Bangalore is just like a top tier legend right now, still just same as last season, and in ranked is awesome. Bangalore is also a good solo queue legend. I mean, you can help your teammates out with Bang. If you get shot, you have a little bit more movement speed, so you can get out of things if you're alone and stuff like that. So it's a good legend to play for both solo queue and with a team. Bloodhound and Revenant are going to be your last S tier legends. Bloodhound's super good because you're scan fighting, and if you're playing with a team that doesn't have a lot of communication, obviously you don't have to ping as much or communicate as much maybe or whatever, because you're obviously scanning and people are understanding that, so it's nice. Bloodhound ult is great. Combined with Bang, it's awesome because, you're just speeding through smoke and shooting people through smoke and entry fragging for your team and harassing them, and that's basically it's perfect. Revenant's obviously an S tier just because Revenant has like 9 million health with the ult, so it's awesome. Revenant can jump, leap, and just get angles, push people, whatever you got to do. Revenant's awesome, great for ranked right now. Bloodhound's also really good for solo queue as well. Just so you guys know, Revenant, I would agree. Pretty much every S tier legend is actually really good for solo queue. It's just that maybe Lifeline isn't as much, but I mean, in solo queue, if someone's playing a support legend and you can craft and stuff, that's fine. That's awesome. Conduit's gonna be an A tier. Conduit's great for fighting. I think a really good Conduit player can make a difference in a lot of fights. I think using the long range scan is good, and also good for solo queue people, because if you're not playing with your teammates, you can sprint to them quicker, and combined with the long range tactical, you can enable your queue on them sooner. So that's good. Caussic's in A tier as well, and I think that he's super good right now as well. He's not necessarily a good solo queue legend, I wouldn't say. I think I would play him with a team if anything. But Caussic's just good in general because Caustic is always with, with gas and holding buildings, and that's just kind of like a meta right now. Getting into end game, being able to hold and just continue to push and pressure teams with Caustic gases and force them into spots so that they don't want to be in is great. Maggie's kind of a sleeper pick. Maggie Ball has killed me this season more times than I can count. Maggie Ball has been absolutely insane. I don't necessarily know what about Maggie is so good. I think maybe the thermites are on, like the flame on the Maggie Ball is insane. Maybe I just don't hear it coming. Maybe people can, like, if a team's holding a building, like maybe somewhere on World's Edge or something, and they're holding like launch or countdown or staging or something, that one center building, you have a Bangalore on your team, you smoke the doors, they're holding the doors inside that main little hub building, your Maggie Ball is flying at the door. I mean, I feel like I don't even hear it sometimes. And I had a clip today on my stream where I literally died to a Bang who smoked my door, and a Maggie Ball that just came flying in, and it's on fire, and it just killed me instantly. And it was just, they threw thermites on me, and it was just insane. I think Maggie's really good. Definitely an A pick this season. Newcastle is a support legend, so it has that benefit. I think it's better than Gibby right now. That's why Gibby's in B. Newcastle is really good just with the resing and moving and stuff, and just forcing a team to play super super fast. If they're split, that's not good for them, but so that helps your team out because you're able to get the res and whatever else. So Newcastle's pretty good. I'm putting Fuse in B. This is not an order of like Fuse is the best B and Rampart's the worst B. This isn't that's not how this is going. I think Fuse is just B because I think it's just mid. It's not like the craziest legend. I don't think the Ring of Fire is that insane. And I mean, besides that, the grenade spam that you can do with him is awesome. But I don't think it's the craziest thing. Horizon ult is decent. Horizon as a character is decent. I don't think it's a good solo queue legend though, as well as Fuse. You need to kind of communicate pushes with your team with Horizon, and that's what really makes it good because you can take height quickly as a team. I wouldn't do it at solo. And so Horizon's just kind of mid. Her ult's not that crazy right now. It's decent. I mean, if you catch people, but there's a lot of fast moving legends right now and a lot of fast moving people that are just in and out of fights, and I don't think that, and especially in the meta, I think there's a lot of fast moving people in the meta right now. You have Bloodhound ult, you have Bangalore with getting shot at, they have faster movement speed, Revenant can jump, Conduit can, move quicker to their teammates. There's just a lot of quick moving people. And so, catching a person out with Horizon is just not as likely. I think there's better picks out there. Loba's in B tier as well. Loba's decent, I guess. The benefit of it is the support thing mainly. You can craft the banners just like Conduit, Lifeline. Besides that, the Q is good. I mean, for solo queue and stuff, I think that's a good legend maybe to do. Support solo queue people are great. I think it's awesome to have a crafter on the team. And of course, you have the Q so that you can get out quickly if you're ever in trouble and you're not with your teammates. And the Loba ult is great for just getting loot in general and stuff and getting what you need. It's not the worst player and it's not the worst solo queue legend, so that's pretty good. And it's B tier and it's mid. Gibraltar is also mid. A good Gibraltar player and a good team that uses bubble and uses shotguns is awesome, and it works out well. It's not a good solo queue legend, I would say. You need to work together with your teammates with Gibby, I think. So definitely not recommending him for anybody playing solo, but support characters, so in B tier, because you couldn't have a support character any lower, to be honest, because, well, besides Mirage. Mirage could actually be moved up. I'll move Mirage up to B, moving Path down to C. Mirage is on B. Mirage's invis res is super good. Just the ability to craft is also good, but I've seen a lot of chaos in some recent season 20 fights, just with people just a lot of fights are just ending point blank. People aren't dying long range necessarily. Fights aren't over in the long range. There's a lot of chaos in building fights and stuff like that. So the Mirage ult is super nice. The Mirage res is super nice. And I mean, there's a lot of people dying and you get third partied all the time. So being able to res and not get killed instantly is great. B tier, mid pick. Worst support of all of them right now, I'd say. Actually, I'd put Loba as worse. Gibby's better than Mirage. Loba's definitely the worst support, but out of all of them, they're all B. So next we got Wattson. Watson's pretty good right now. I haven't really seen a lot of crazy players specifically playing Wattson, at least in ranked. I mean, I know there's a few good Wattson players in general, but Wattson, there's better picks in ranked right now than Wattson. I think Cossack's a better pick, especially for holding a building down and stuff like that. And you need more fighting comp on your team right now with how fast people move in Season 20, with not necessarily their movement speed, but how fast fights evolve. Wattson's just too slow of a character. The ult is just big, it's bulky. I mean, the fences, people just get around them too quick, and you have to, you as Wattson need to run to the fences to replace where they go, and there's just too much required movement for Wattson to be able to be useful, and it can get Wattson killed by trying to fix fences and stuff like that right now with the characters that I think are meta. So Wattson's in B at the end of it. Rampart walls, same kind of thing. I don't think the Rampart walls are that good right now. The ult's obviously really good. The Rampart walls could be good depending on your location, depending on how kind of your guys' hold is, where your little spot is. But in general, I think just for the average person, the Rampart is not the best pick. And this is a video really meant for the average person, so Rampart's not that good, I don't think. In C tier, we got Ashe and we got Ballistic. Ashe is decent just because you can teleport your team really quickly and change positions, but besides that, there's really no benefit to the Q. I don't really think it's that good right now. The Assault Legend thing with the extra ammo and whatever else isn't the craziest thing to me right now, so it's not really a good pick. Ballistic is kind of just a solo queue pick again. Yeah, you could play Ballistic's just a solo queue pick. I mean, it's not necessarily a good one. You're really not helping your team out by playing Ballistic. I haven't really even seen I've seen maybe 2 Ballistics this season. I don't think it's a good pick for you guys. Just really useless right now. You're basically just extra guns. That's all there is to it. Which isn't bad necessarily, but it's not a meta where having 3 different types of guns is great. A good shotgun player maybe could take advantage of Ballistic, something like that, but besides that, no. Catalyst is not that good right now, I don't think. There hasn't been a lot of cats. I've played maybe less than 5 in ranked. Good cat players make a difference in terms of its tier. Maybe a good cat player could bring it up to maybe the bottom of A, top, maybe mid of B, top of B, whatever. But there's way better picks out there. Cat is just not one right now, so I would recommend against Cat. It's also not really a good solo queue legend. Good solo queue legends are going to be characters that have fast movement speed, things that they can get out of trouble quick because they're not necessarily always playing with their teammates, ones that can kind of correct their mistakes based on the lack of communication with their squad. So yeah, it's just not that good, and that conversation could go for a lot of legends that you see on this list that don't have the ability to correct their mistakes. Seer's not necessarily the best character right now either. If you're going to have any sort of scan character, location character, play Bloodhound, especially with Bangalore in the meta and Caustic being up there. Seeing through smoke, seeing through caustic gas is crucial, and Bloodhound ult is awesome for that. Seer, not necessarily. And again, Seer's is too slow, I think. Not necessarily the movement speed, but the abilities, the way the fight evolves, I think Seer's too slow. Valkyrie, I've seen a few teams run Valkyrie. I mean, it's good if you want to get to God spot. In ranked right now, and as we know, ranked isn't the most serious of game modes at all times. So playing a Valkyrie in ranked wouldn't be the best idea, just because you have really no need to get to God spot that early. Ranked is never really that serious, and so I just recommend against Valkyrie. Vantage is not the worst character in the game. Definitely a movement character, but I mean, it'd be a decent solo queue character, that's for sure. Vantage is a good solo queue character. Wraith also maybe a decent solo queue character, not necessarily a good character in the terms of Apex's meta right now. The need to move your team around, like Ashe, like Valkyrie, the way to move your team around position to position, like Portal, isn't really a requirement right now. There really isn't a lot of need for that stuff. Really, you just need characters with good fighting abilities and things that you can combine, like how Bangalore and Bloodhound work, how Conduit and Remnant work, how Lifeline and anything works, and how Caustic Gas and Bloodhound, like all that stuff. There's more fighting comps at the top right now than there is comps that fix potential issues. Wraith Portal is useful, Ashe Portal is useful, Valkyrie is useful for getting into spots if you're being held out, kind of thing, and getting into spots early, whereas that's not really a thing in the game right now necessarily needed, especially in ranked. So Wraith is there. Maybe a decent solo queue legend, but I don't think so really. Crypto's at the very end along with Octane. Both are really useless right now. The Octane pad is a terrible way of transportation. You just get beamed out of the air so fast versus any good players. And Crypto requires a lot of teamwork to be able to be useful, because you're sitting there on a tablet trying to like use your little drone. That's not really the best, because you're not helping your team out by fighting with them. Like there's not 3 guns shooting, you know what I mean? 3 guns getting angles. You're not helping a buddy out trade. You're just kind of using your drone. And I just don't think it's that good, and it's definitely not good for solo queue. And Octane, you know, I just explained, it's just very greedy character, as in like you are basically just running around full speed and padding. And that's all there is to it. It's not useful to your teammates in any way. Maybe the pad could be useful in a world. I got a pad and then you just jump onto a team is crazy. Like that could happen, but I don't think there's way better picks out there. So yeah, that's my season 20 ranked tier list. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I think you guys all have the best success running comps in SA and the top of B. Highlights of B, honestly, Mirage and Horizon, I think, are the best in B class. In C class, I'd say the best characters would be Ashe and Valkyrie. In A class, I think the best are going to be Conduit and Caustic. Anything in S would work great. Anything I said would work great. But yeah, those are the comps I think you guys will have the most success with season 20 ranked. Hope you guys enjoy the video. Let me know if you guys want more kind of guides or tier lists or whatever you guys want in the future, because I'll definitely make some. Thank you guys.